Is it better, guys? Is it better? Hello? Looks better. Okay. All right, guys. Let's let's get this show on the road. So I think let me address a few things. Of course, the main title of the video today is to talk about should you be buying cryptocurrencies below $1. Now, I think those who are a little bit more veteran, you know the answer, right? It's not necessarily always the best, but I think most important thing is that you understand what are the kind of perimeters in general. Okay, so I'll be sharing it from a CG point of view. You may have your own point of view. So why am I even talking about it? Well, recently, I think it was like one of those discussions, or when I come across people who are very interested in buying cryptocurrencies. Now, take note that this is not financial advice. It is just advice for my brother who is watching this video. And I made this video specifically for him, where he would like to know more about whether buying a particular cryptocurrency, because he commented one day that, oh, this crypto is below 50 cents. Should I buy it? So I said, right? So I said, there are many other factors that you should consider before buying cryptocurrency, right? All right. So now, okay. Now, if you are buying a crypto based on just $1, or or let's assume it's below $1, right? There are factors, for example, like what is the market cap? What's the overall coin supply in comparison to its peers? I think always compare in comparison to its peers. Now, Cardano is a very, very good example of that kind of below $1 coin, right? When Cardano first came out and was listed, it was around 10 cents, 11 cents. And right now, in terms of development, I'm sure the team is developing a lot of stuff, right? So they're developing a lot of stuff underneath, but right now I don't see that kind of development, and I don't feel that they should be worth that kind of price. I'm not saying that they can't be worth that kind of price or that kind of market cap later on, but right now I feel that they are extremely too expensive or way overvalued for what they have delivered. Right? From behind the scenes, we clearly know that this is being pumped on the secondary market. It is okay that if you find internal VC funding or seed funding, that's okay, right? So if you look at ICOs are a very good way of. Okay, so let's look at the process. So initially, usually there's always a percentage. There's always seed. There's always seed money that goes into the project. Then after that, there is the pre-sale round that you can get the seed that usually helps to multiply the returns for the seeders. Then after that, you have, so we consider that pre-sale round will be the A series round, as we call it. What's up, Robert? So when it comes to main sale, right? If main sale coin supply or availability is more to the majority, it tends to also help to it helps the valuation of the overall crypto to go up. It creates cash flow. But in terms of actual revenue, there is none. Okay? Very few cryptocurrencies has a product that is already available for, that can generate revenue already. Very few companies can do that. And also, even if they have a parent company that generates revenue, they usually keep the ICO project separate. Okay? ICO, in my opinion, right, tends to be very much blockchain related, or at least tech side related. So in the event that anything happens to the tech side, right, it should not affect the parent company in terms of anything. And neither if this ICO side, all right, or this blockchain side or whatever, or the ICO project while raising funds isn't successful, it will not take down the parent company, and the parent company is not liable for the ICO portion. So just have to take note, okay? So whenever you are investing in something below $1, look at a few things. What's the, as I mentioned, coin supply, market cap. the next thing that we have to also look out for is what kind of consensus algorithm do they have. Now, I think a lot of people are looking into masternodes because masternodes seem to be kind of consistent, and they love to buy the coin when it's below or very, very cheap, because, you know, masternodes tend to sustain the price. I cannot disagree with that. In most cases, because of the requirement to hold X amount of cryptos for that particular masternode, it does tend to support the price. That brings me to another supplementary comment about the current market situation. As we all know, recently we have a little bit of Korean FUD, and we have mixed views from Korea, where one party is against well, they want to ban cryptocurrencies. Another party is definitely wanting to not ban cryptocurrencies, or at least have it regulated to a certain extent. Then we have the people who want cryptocurrencies. So thankfully, Korea is more on Korea is actually they are, as you can see, they are more democratic. Or else, if let's say it was a straight up ban, Bitcoin would have been below 10K already. So if you notice, it's now currently very soft. So which brings me back to my masternode. Masternode coins, I'm not a masternode fan, by the way. I don't have any masternode coins, but I just noticed that the price seems to be a little bit more stable. So I only kind of know Dash, and I think I only know Dash. I think there's a lot of different kind of masternode coins, and in my opinion, masternode coins are just basically central servers. This is how I think, right? Because you have to hold 1,000 coins in a particular masternode. So in terms for a strategy, PIVX, okay, so thank you so much, Mugen. So PIVX is also a very good example of, you know, that kind of masternode coin. I think it's kind of holding up well, but you know what? That is a consideration. But I think you also have to understand that when you buy something below $1, you have to look at other factors like the team. What kind of mission and vision are they trying to deliver? Why are they having it? The reason why it's sometimes even $1 is because on purpose, it has a massive coin supply. So when they have a massive coin supply, it's more or less they are trying to be extremely decentralized as possible, or at least they want to have a lot of distribution. Maybe there's an element of burning, right? So these are the things that we have to look out for. So so I think buying it below $1 is not necessarily always a good thing. You have to also assess for the fact that how established is the coin already. And I think like Dogecoin is, you know, it's still below $1, I think. Nothing wrong with Doge, you know, it's more of it's more of like it's a meme coin. But somehow it's being pumped as well, and I think is it like is it in the B's already? I mean, I don't pay attention to Dogecoin, honestly speaking. So way below. Okay, so it's not even a B, right? Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't buy Dogecoin. I think it started out as a joke, so eventually it's probably moved up. What can I buy Kyber? What can I buy Kyber if I only have Bittrex account? Oh, I think you need to set up a Binance account. I'm not sure whether Bittrex has it. I haven't been using Bittrex, guys. Well, I don't have any issues with my Bittrex account, but I haven't used Bittrex in a while. Okay, what do you think about Deep Brain Chain? Well, I think it's a lot of hype around the AI blockchain thing. I'm not saying that AI is hype, but then again, Deep Brain Chain has some association to Disney. So because of that, it's just like Dragon Chain. It's kind of being pumped at the moment. But AI does serve a purpose. I'm not saying that they cannot deliver on it, because AI is also in a way intelligent. AI is artificial intelligence, but also I think there is an element of algorithms involved. So I would say that algorithms are important, because we are involved in certain projects that are AI related at the moment. So we are looking into that. Yeah. Okay, so right, so I'm taking some questions. Are you still long on NEO? Actually, Johnny K, I am not long on NEO, okay, but I think there are people who like NEO, and NEO has been doing very well. I think in terms of development, they have developments coming along the way this year. So the price, as you can see, has been going upwards. I was more on EOS. I was on EOS. I am still in Quantum, and I'm still in Kyber Network. So these are the three. But I had to recently take profit on my Kyber Network and my EOS because I did not want to be overexposed if there was a very huge crash in Bitcoin prices due to this current regulation. So I actually sold off my EOS at 0.0011, 0.00107, so it's about $15. I sold about $14.80 to $15 for my EOS because I did not want to risk having a huge market correction due to the Bitcoin price. So I actually hedged my Kyber network, and I hedged my my EOS to BTC, and then after that I went to Tether immediately. I didn't want to gamble, guys, because I've been through the China FUD in July. I'm okay to let my Quantum take a hit, but I'm not okay to let the whole portfolio take a hit. Never heard of Wager. Kube Khan, I think, okay, Kube, when it comes to Quantum, right, you have to now observe the current partnerships and also the x86. But the x86, I think, is coming out at the end of the year. Nothing to do with this year. This year will be full of partnership announcements. I'm pretty certain of that. What are your thoughts on Tati? Oh, okay. It sounds familiar, but I think I don't really, I have not read about that at all. VeChain. Okay, I'm not into VeChain, so I cannot comment about it. Should I put money into QSP or KNC? I don't answer these kind of questions. If you would like to ask these kind of questions, then you have to probably join my premium group, where I can discuss price a little bit more openly and give my full analysis on it. Okay. No, I've never mentioned cash before. Thoughts on Mediblock? Yes, I had dinner with Mediblock, Chai Ho Shin and Dr. Allen. I think they're brilliant. They are a brilliant combination, because Chai Ho Shin was initially from the Bank Korea, right? I think he was. I remember he was from Citi, and then after he moved to I think he moved to Bank of Korea, and then from then after that there was then we have Dr. Allen. I think they are trying to just they are doing medical data management, and then I know that Mediblock is doing very well in terms of the ICO, and I think overall the community is very, very strong there. But I think with the recent rate of BitHum and Coin1, it is affecting the prices for sure. Okay, but take note, we have new exchanges that have opened up in Japan, right? DMM has opened up in Japan. Not too bad. Yep. Okay. How do you feel about Wabi? They are from Singapore. No. Okay, Wabi is not, okay, maybe they're registered in Singapore, but I think I like the concept about taking note of the basically from the upstream to the downstream of the milk manufacturing procedure and process. That is quite important, because they were specifically tackling a problem in China with regards to fake baby milk, right, or basically fake milk powder, and it's quite a serious problem because these manufacturers, right, would basically change the formula to something cheaper, and then after that the babies would get sick. I think it's quite fucked up if you think about it. So they're tackling this problem, and I'm sure that there are many use cases for this as well. It could be for halal meat, right? The halal procedure. That I think it's halal chain. I'm not sure what's the development on quantum side with regards to that, but it's the same thing, right? Because you want to make sure that the food being process. I mean, I'm not Muslim, so I'm not very familiar with this, but you have to make sure that when the food comes and all the way to the halal restaurant, and even the halal restaurant is fully certified and has gone through all the procedures, everything. I think that's what halal chain is all about also. There's no, okay, it's a reward. You cannot really call it a dividend, because even though it states that you're going to get an X amount of quantum after 4 days, or 5 days, or 1 month, or whatever, you may not get it because it's a reward system. That's why, kind of like, they don't want to fall into the category of a security. Okay, so that's why it's a reward. So they have to be very careful. But like I said, now it's Cowboy Town. When it's Cowboy Town, it seems like there are certain cryptos that are giving out dividends every day, right? They're giving out tokens every day. Then there are cryptos that give out every month. It's like a security, guys. Thoughts on smart cash? I am not familiar with smart cash, so I'm not very familiar. But just observe, okay, for those who are in Masternodes at the moment, right? You guys can observe what happens in the event that you have Bitcoin tank, okay? And if let's say that kind of happens, I mean, that should be a Masternode episode or something, but I'm really not familiar with Masternodes. But if you have a very good experience, especially when the market tanks and your Masternode is holding up in Satoshis, it's magically holding up in terms of US dollar price, I think that's a very good let people know about it, because to me, I think that it does sustain, because no one will dump it, because you have to rent the VPS, right? And when you rent the VPS, from then you get it all configured, and then you have to stake. So the more masternodes a particular network has, it secures the network, it also secures the price. No, man. Okay. Now, okay, maybe it'll be simpler of what I've been looking at. Okay, what I've been looking at is more important. I think what I've been looking at is into AI related stuff. Okay, I am looking into AI. I am looking into AR as well. Okay, those are the things that I'm kind of looking at. I'm still figuring out in terms of what would be Gen 4 cryptocurrencies, right? Under $1, please. I have no suggestions that are actually under $1 at the moment. Most of my cryptocurrencies are at least above $1, right? Above $1. It's not that I don't want to buy a $1 coin. It's just that it seems like whenever I pick something that is I usually go for at least established first, or at least has some. Okay, like Kyber Network is not out yet, but I kind of decided to buy it. But when I decided to buy it, it was $2. It wasn't even $1. So sorry about that, Tarek. Sometimes I see stuff late, guys. Okay, trust me when I say this. I see stuff late. So, it's not something that I have a skill at. Picking stuff below $1. I don't do that. It's always very tricky. I'd rather see some development first, then I have confidence to talk about it, because when most YouTubers, they love to go and have the $1 kind of videos, because it gets a lot of views. It also gets a lot of attention, because everybody wants to accumulate massive amount of coins. That's like, okay, it can work, but it doesn't make sense all the time. Okay, it really doesn't make sense all the time. Like I said, the reason why everyone is making huge sums of money right now is because there's so much hype, and because of that hype, it pushes the price up significantly when they have nothing. So for that, that's not the way I look at I make a choice. Now, okay, sorry. So people would love to hear my thoughts on Warren Buffett. Now, Warren Buffett is old school. If you look at how he does his, I mean, if you bought his, if you've ever read his value investing books, right? He was mentored by Benjamin Graham, and it's a whole thick book about value investing. Is going down to top down to bottom up analysis about a company, looking at their accounts, making sure that their revenue is solid. Are they going to be leaders in their industry? You get because you're Warren Buffett and you have a huge group of analysts, right? You can go down, knock on the doors of the company, really look at their business operations. It's very high level, guys. It's very high level. When Warren Buffett invests in something, he's very sure. Okay, he's very, very sure. It's not like the way we invest in cryptocurrencies. Very different, man. So for him, he stated that I won't invest in something that I don't even know. I think that makes a lot of sense. You can't blame the guy, because maybe right now, and by the way, being a billionaire, you don't have to be in a rush to go and find the next big thing. Okay? He's rich already, and not only that he's very rich, he has his Berkshire Hathaway shares, A shares, B shares, that are just steady, right? He has a huge portfolio of various businesses that generate income for him. What's the rush? Seriously, what's the rush? He knows, he probably in his heart, he knows that it's something very, very important. It cannot be denied. But right now, he cannot see the fact that it can be, he wants to look at mass adoption first. And he has to come in later, he'll come in later. I kind of follow that. I don't mind coming in later, like you guys can buy ICO. But I don't mind buying in the market when everything is so much more expensive. Maybe you guys have already made 10x to maybe 20x since the ICO. I don't mind making 100%, 200% only, but I am more confident in the way I put in my money. That's how I invest as well. I very rarely go into ICOs, guys. Very rarely go into ICOs. I'm walking at 2:40 a.m. when listening to you. Thanks, man. Be careful, right? I know that you are reinforcing Kyber Network. Why don't you look for Robinhood? Yeah, Robinhood is also, look, it's okay. To answer your question, easy boys, it's not that I'm not looking into the various exchanges, but there's BNB, there's Robinhood, there's COS, there's KuCoin, there is Kyber Network. I just made a choice. That's all. You can buy all of them. You can choose to buy all of them, but I am just being more focused. That's all. That's where I just chose to put my money. Okay, for Genie ICO, being that we are one of the advisors, I'm not gonna say whether I would recommend you to go into it or not, right? Because I'm there to advise. I'm not here to provide you with any kind of price analysis or whatnot, right? So my role is to advise on Genie's ICO, and in terms of assisting them in the social media and community development. That's all. What do you think of Bodhi ICO built on quantum? Looks very interesting. It is very interesting. I think, okay, Bodhi is not the first prediction market ICO. The very first prediction market ICO was actually Augur. Augur seems to be doing very, very well in terms of price. I probably want, now that you mentioned, sorry, who was the one that mentioned it? Let me take a look. Nevsky M. I think I will relook at Augur, because I'm not sure why the price is trending upwards at the moment. Maybe there's some further development. It's been a while, you know. Augur was a project that I invested in because of the concept, but they were in beta testing for the longest time, you know. I don't even know whether they have a working website that you can even have fun with at the moment. I think the working website, I kind of logged in, I noticed that there was a little bit of development, but after that you can't really put in any real crypto. So I understand that there has to be a lot of data points in order to extract information for that particular prediction. So I don't think it's that easy. There has to be multiple computers or supercomputers connecting to it. Yeah, it takes some time, guys. Could you share your thoughts on Omise Go? Now, Omise Go, I've shared this many times. Their parent company is Omise, so they are focused on payment channels. But for Omise Go, they are focused on not only creating a decentralized, fast payment channel, but it also wants to create an exchange. So as of yet, I've not gotten any updates from the team, but I will start checking them out again. There's, like I said, there's many cryptos that we need to follow up on, guys. So bear with me. It is quite long. Are you talking about Cardano with your title? Cardano, I already mentioned Cardano, so I don't want to re-look at it again. Very quickly, why Cardano is going up? Because Palm Beach put out a report. That's it, right? It put out a signal to buy up to 90 cents. Now, all these reports putting out to buy up to 90 cents and buying up to, right, it helps to get the price up there. So if you saw the report late due to time difference and you see it at 85 cents, you can say, oh, okay, I can buy it at 90 cents. I still can buy up to 90 cents. Now, I guess if there's some news involved or some kind of a launch or development, you can kind of risk it for a biscuit. But yeah, I usually don't follow these kind of stuff. I usually would like to buy when no one calls it, right? Why I can confidently buy? Because when no one calls it, because I've been looking at that particular crypto for quite some time, so I don't rush into things. Just like, you know, Warren Buffett, he doesn't rush into things. I think that approach is perfect. Never rush into something. I'm not sure whether it's OMG and Golem. Yeah, GNT is Golem, right? Golem linked somehow. I think they will collab soon in the future. Well, I'm not very sure about that, but you know, if you have some info, iClutch365, feel free to link it. I mean, links are currently, you know, I will approve it, you know. But yeah, you know, if you have some kind of news, they'll be good. IoT chain. Been watching APPC. Yeah, very new project. Not very sure what it does, but I think you know, should be interesting. Mark Larson, what do you think of Sonam in the coming future? Sonam reminds me of that project where, wait, let me see. Sonam reminds me of Golem. Golem is doing the same thing, shared computing power. So it's just a matter of execution. Well, it could work, right? It could work. I mean, it could work because right now there's always a lot of excess power and everything like that, right? There's a lot of excess power, or at least excess computing power that is not being fully utilized. And if you can kind of rent out that, why not? What's up, Thanasis? Okay. Ryan, can you share your first experience when you hit it big in crypto and how you felt when you woke up that day? Wow, that was in 2016. I felt okay. I'm okay, right? I've handled money before, like big money before, so it wasn't like a new feeling to me, to be very honest. I felt it was overdue, in my opinion. So I was like, okay, you know, I made my first million in crypto. So I said, what's next? You know, to me, I'm always building something new, because when you make money in crypto, right, it's paper gain, in my opinion. It's paper gain until you realize it and you're able to create assets that are tangible. So what I did was, when I made that first mil, 100,000 went to gold, like whatever price it went to gold, and then from then, you know, cleared up my debts and everything. That was what had to be done, very first thing. And then after that, with whatever balance that is left in the market, I grew that again, over and over and over again. And right now, because of all that liquidity, I'm able to just focus on business building. And like I said, I'm targeting, as in one of CG's missions is to help 1 million people be debt free. I think that's a very powerful and simple goal, but it may seem simple to state it, but it's not easy to execute it, because you must understand that this process is all about learning. I'm not here to give you the fish. I'm here to teach you how to fish, so that you know how to execute. So that you know how to execute these things properly, right? And once you know how to execute these things properly, when you're educated to do so, you are able to make the best kind of decisions as well. But usually all these things I discuss either during my private consultations or during the premium chat, because this is financial education, guys. So I noticed that a lot of my clients, when they come to me, right, they actually have never invested in stocks before. They don't know what's a bond. I think they may have some mutual funds, or they invest their 401k plan. But other than that, there's really not much stuff. So yeah, this space has a lot to learn if you think about it. Stellar Lumens. Well, no, I haven't invested in Stellar Lumens in a very long time. So I'm sure that there are some developments. That's why there's some price increase, right? But yeah, I don't really see that at the moment. So do you work something beside that right now? Do you work something beside that? Okay. I did mention that the investments that I did. So it's just building up those investments along the way. When do we exit a successful long-term hold? Make BTC daily. I think it's a matter of preference, right? It's a matter of preference. If you really believe in a project, you will always stay invested in a project. If you somehow don't feel right about a project, you should exit it already. That's just the way it is. It's based on how you feel, right? It may be the wrong move, it may be the right move, but it's just about how you feel, man. And has that project actually already made you enough money that you want to exit? It's your choice. It's your call. Why should you always hold BTC or ETH? I tried to explain to my friend, and I don't think they're explaining it right to him. I think, okay, firstly, understand the token utility of Ethereum. If you are someone who is able to create smart contracts, you're holding Ethereum so that you can power your smart contracts. I think that's the right way to explain it. Now, people are investing in Ethereum because it's available on Coinbase, and they want to get in on the crypto craze. So there are only three choices: Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin. Ethereum, on the other hand, if you're talking about a trading or investment perspective, it seems to be having its own market movement. And during the tank, BTC tanks, right? Ethereum seems to be kind of sustainable, but it may correct anytime soon because it's now trending on the higher price range. Premium chat is available at 200 USD per month, but anyway, it's closed already, Krista. We had overwhelming response. You have to really wait for February before we reopen it again. Some ICOs launching on Stellar. Okay, wow. So Stellar has now become an ICO platform. Serious. Everyone seems to. Wow. Okay. What coin made you first million? I made it's between Bitcoin and Ethereum. That was the only thing that I invested in at that time. I didn't know anything about cryptocurrencies at that time, and I just bought, right? Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's it. On the 20th, the Korean government releasing a statement decision in regards to the ban. Okay, yeah, that's right. Substratum. I find that, why do we have to have a decentralized internet? Right? I don't really know. Like, why do we have to have a decentralized internet? I don't really understand that. Is that because of the net neutrality thing? I don't know. Because if the net neutrality thing didn't pass, why do we need it? Are you interested in PBC leaks? PBC leaks, the Palm Beach, no, not really. Not really, guys. I'm not interested in Palm Beach clicks because our analysis is equally as good as Palm Beach, so we don't need it. Decentralized internet, so folks to accumulate now still BTC. How is it possible that coins like Cardano are in the top 5 and Quantum, for example, is not even in the top 10? Ah, very good question, Tobias. Hype. That's one thing. Hype. Hype, and there are external forces that are working on it, playing on the emotions of people. Like I told you, this video is about today investing in coins below $1. Let me ask you a question, Tobias. If you saw Quantum at $50 and you saw Cardano at $1, which one would you prefer to buy? You buy something that is below $1, right? But in actual fact, when you look at development, Quantum has much more. Cardano has a very strong team, but Cardano still has yet to deliver on their roadmap. You see where I'm coming from? Okay, so I guess you guys are saying that that decentralized internet is a decentralized internet is extremely important. Okay. Okay, so you're a network engineer and substratum. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, bring to the table if you ask me. The ring that you wear represents you. The ring that I wear is actually my engagement ring, guys. So it's not well. My wife wanted me to buy it. It represents my marriage to my wife. AJ Joshi. Okay, in terms of price, it is what the market values Quantum at the moment, right? If Quantum is valued at $50 at the moment, that's what the market is priced at, right? I don't like to do price predictions, not even for Quantum, and I think I would like you to join the Telegram chat, or at least start reading and following their Twitter, so you can see what kind of developments are there. That would be better. What's up, Ugandan knuckles? Okay, guys. My current battery is dying. So without further ado, take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Ciao.